What up guys, it's Shiny Mudkip here, bringing you the Pokemon of the Week. Cue intro. Okay guys, so the Pokemon of the Week this week is... drum roll... Klefki. Yep. So some of you might be wondering, why did you choose Klefki? Multiple things. One thing is that this Pokemon is just really adorable, but it can also just be really amazing in competitive battle as well. So we're just gonna have a look at some of those things just to get a better idea of it. So looking at it first up, it's literally a key holder. This is probably a strategic move from could be a strategic move from the Pokemon Company, you know, just get the fairy Pokemon in there to sell some more merchandise. But what it's more likely is, really just looks like that they're just trying to meet their quota of Pokemon for the 5th generation. So that's pretty cool. But it does have the dual typing of Steel Fairy, so Fairy types are usually weak to Steel, so that's helps it out a bit there. So yeah, Klefki is only weak to fire and ground. But yeah, you can avoid those, and we'll just talk about that a bit later. Basically can resist everything. Resists normal, grass, ice, immune to poison, resist flying, resist psychic, resist bug, resist rock, immune to dragon, resist dark, resist fairy. So yeah, basically the only thing that's going to do any decent amount of damage to this is a fire type move or a ground type move, but there are ways of getting around that. Alright, so going over to the Pokedexes, because we know how much we love that. So from the Pokemon X Pokedex, these key collectors threaten any attackers by fiercely jingling their keys at them. Really? I'd be so... That sounds kind of funny. And Alpha Sapphire, we've got it never lets go of a key that it likes, so people give it the keys to vaults and safes as a way to prevent crime. That's interesting. That's pretty cool. Alrighty, so I'm just gonna go straight to the stats of this thing. The aesthetics are nice, but let's just go straight to the stats. So this thing's pretty bulky. It's not really, it doesn't really excel in anything particularly. Yeah, 57 HP, 80 attack, 91 defense, 80 special attack, 87 special defense, 75 speed. So yeah, it's just all round really good. But if you were gonna put this into competitive battle, it's really good if you just chuck on your EVs, if you just chuck like 240 HP, like 160 special defense, and like 108ish on defense, because then this thing will become a tank. It'll become a 2-hit KO. So that's from the, even with a fire type move, it will become a 2-hit KO most of the time, unless it's something like a fire blast, it'll get wrecked then. But yeah. So yeah, it's bulky with its stats, but that is honestly just made even better by its move pool, because it can get the ability Prankster, which is not many Pokemon are able to get. I mean, a lot of Pokemon are able to get that, but it has, it's able to get Reflect and Light Screen with Prankster. So for those of you who don't know what Prankster is, basically it lets you move first, and setting up, that's really good for your Reflect and Light Screen, because you can just set that up before anything. So like I was saying, it's a 2-hit KO, but then if you just set up your Reflects and it does a physical attack on you, then you become a 4-hit KO. Set up your Light Screen, and then you've got your then you've got the attack and special attack both covered there. And then secondly, you can run a Thunder Wave on it. So basically that's I think in Gen 5 that's a 50% chance of not even attacking that turn. So that'll help you set up that reflecting light screen. And yeah, basically just run a foul play on it next, because that's going to deal with a nice amount of damage on any kind of Pokemon that anyone's using for competitive play. So anything like a Garchomp or Blaziken, anything like that, is the foul play is going to take care of it. Alternatively, what you could run, you can, if you're risky enough with it. I mean, I've run this class a couple times. Instead of, you can get rid of the reflect or the light screen, and you can have the swagger. So you got a swagger foul play there. That can come in handy, because then you've got the swagger with the attack boost, sharply raises the attack and then confuses the opponent. And you've got the thunder wave, so that's their chances of actually hitting you are really slim then. So yeah, I guess you could also run a substitute on there if you're really keen, but you're probably better off just setting up that reflecting light screen. So yeah, Klefki is basically a tank, a key jingling tank. But yeah, its move feels pretty good, and like I said, with a typing of Fairy, it's really useful in competitive play. So yeah. So items on this Pokemon. Basically, the two main items I would be using. So if you have the reflect light screen, I'd be using a light clay. Basically, what that does is, instead of having your light screen or reflect wear off after 5 moves, it'll wear off after 8 moves. Yeah, and sometimes that's as long as a Pokemon battle goes for, so that's pretty good. Your whole team's got double the amount of defense, while the other team's got half the amount of attack for that whole battle, which is really nice. I'd probably run that if I was using singles, or an air balloon. So basically, if you say that they're running a Mega Garchomp and they hit you in the Earthquake, instead of getting that double damage from a ground move that Klefki would normally take, since with the air balloon it's not effective, so they'd have to hit you with another attack first, with another physical attack, so to pop that air balloon. But by then you'd probably set up your reflect or light screen, or if you're running a substitute, you could probably set that up. Even anything, so the swagger will confuse them, thunder wave, paralyze them. Well, not if they're a ground type, but yeah. The only disadvantage to that reflect light screen Klefki is the brick break, but even then, the brick break's not really going to do that much damage, because I'm pretty sure fighting's neutral damage. Yeah, fighting's just neutral damage on the Klefki anyway, so you can just keep setting up, and if they're game enough, I guess they can just keep using their brick breaks, but it doesn't really matter. So yeah, that's basically it. Klefki is the Pokemon of the week. Looking pretty nice. I personally do run this Pokemon because it's really just a beast. It has helped me out in competitive battling a lot of times. Like, I would have lost because of it. But yeah, just let me know what you guys think. Just leave a comment below. Tell me what the Pokemon of the week should be next week. Just remember, you're all shiny, and this is Shiny Mudkip. Signing out.